So getting started with Python. So Python is basically a high-level interpret programming language known for its simplicity and readability. As we can see, it's a high level, so its primary focus is to let developers focus on the functionality instead of the instruction regarding hardware, or we can say the memory, like we do in low-level programming languages like machine language, or we can say the assembly language, in which we mostly work with the instruction to hardware or memory. And it's interpreted programming language unlike compiled. So basically, this process, or we can say the read line by line of our code. Uh, yes, and then we talk about simplicity. So yeah, its syntax is quite human readable. Yes, our languages also have a human readable syntax, but it's a more simple one. Like even a non-technical person can easily understand the syntax. So yes, it also supports the readability based on its simplicity. And yes, when we talk about Golang, so basically it's a statically typed compiled program languages, and mainly designed for efficiency and larger scale application, which supports scalability as well. So basically, when we say it's statically typed, means unlike Python, we mention here the data type when we initialize or declare any variables. So it basically makes it more efficient, or we can say the less runtime error due to its statical type. And it's a compiled, not interpreted language, so it's convert our code in bytecode, and yes, that's the reason it supports more efficiency than Python. And yes, also it supports the concurrency as well, but on the larger scale. Python is also support concurrency, but with the limited scope here. Yes, Bash script. Mainly, this is not specifically, or we can say this is comparable with previous two languages. But as I'm talking about the automation here, so yep, we sometimes use Bash scripting for automation tasks as well. So basically, Bash is a Unix shell command line language, which is mainly used for scripting and automation Unix-based system. It can be used on Windows system as well, but for that we need different softwares available in market to use them. Yes. So we will compare these three languages based on efficiency, robustness, and few other factors. Like efficiency, will encounter the um, like how efficiently we can code our scripts, or we can say the programs. And in robustness, we will see how reliable our code is within each language, or we can say how we can test that reliability of our code. And the other factors will include like the third-party software, or integration support. Maybe it's a platform like that. So let's dive into efficiency. So when we see Python is overhead of interpretation, might slow down execution, right? Uh, yes, due to its interpret nature, it's not suitable for CPU intensive tasks. Like yes, the task which needs more involvement of CPU computational tasks. So Python is not best suitable for that, but yep, we can use for small to medium scale automation tasks for that purpose as well. And in Python, yes, and in Go, it's a highly efficient due to its compiled nature, as I discussed earlier. So yep, first let's read compile our code into the bytecode, and yes, in that way it make it more efficient. And it supports parallelism, concurrency features, and efficient resource utilization as well. So basically, whenever we have application or task which requires high parallelism or high concurrency, we can use Go for that purpose. And when we talk about Bash, Bash is limited in terms of efficiency, but it is efficient when we have to perform any automation or task within the Unix-based, we can say the within the operating system automation tasks like taking backups or maybe the exporting logs, something like that. Interacting with the built-in utilities, we use Bash script for that purpose as well. Like it's mentioned, it's limited scalability compared to Python. So yes, obviously. Uh, and then, as I mentioned, second factor we will discuss robustness. So Python is a robust language. It support strong error handling based on different libraries. It's also has a built-in support for like we do in trackage blocks. It's have extensive testing frameworks which contribute to code reliability. Yes, we have different like PyTest, unit test, and some other frameworks for testing, which ensure the robustness of our code. And when we talk about the Go with respect to robustness, it's a static type prevents many runtime errors. Yes, obviously, as we mentioned earlier, we have to describe or we have to mention the data type along with the variables. So, yep, it restricts the runtime errors as compared to the Python, and it has robust system libraries as well, which ensures the stability and reliability like Python. Uh, it has also the trackage blocks as well. And when we talk about Bash, so Bash is has very limited error handling. It's really its syntax is also complex as compared to other two languages like Python and Go. But yes, as it's based on samples and conventions most of the times. So if it has some difficulty to understand syntax of Bash scripts. So if we have to be uh, like we can say we have to be make the syntax simpler. So we have to choose either Python or Go as compared to Bash. And yes, few other factors which needs to be added in comparative analysis. First one is Python, and then Python has the rich ecosystem for supporting third-party libraries for automation as well as for other purposes as well. So it has a cross-platform compatibility as well, which enhance the flexibility to code on multiple operating systems. Like, and then when we talk about Go, the Go is a memory efficient language which reduces resource usages like RAM, and then it has a native support for concurrent programming, which simplifies the parallel tasks using Go routines and channels. If you have worked with Go, you have an idea how we use Go routines and channels. Like we use threads in Python, and then regarding Bash, it has a seamless integration with the system utilities like the cron jobs, or we can say the exporting other like backups or logs within the system. So yep, we can easily integrate those Python Bash scripts with that. It's a lightweight and it has a fast execution within the shell scripts. Mm, the next is the use cases where these languages are being used for the automation. Python is widely used for web scraping, like extracting data from different web sources. So it has built-in live libraries, the beautiful SOAP and Scrappy for extracting data from websites. Yes, so yep, mainly Python is being used for that web scraping thing, and also automation scripts are being written in Python. Like we have to let's say we have to write a script for installing softwares, or we can say the utilities to that thing. We use Python automation script for that purpose as well. Yes, as many of us are DevOps engineers, so we know how important Python is in our day-to-day activities. So yes, we can write configuration management, deployment automations, ISE codes like infrastructure, or maybe we can say the customs, custom deployment scripts. So yep, the Ansible also support the Python. Yes. So yes, these are the real-time use cases where Python is being used. And for the Go, it's mainly designed for highly scalable, or maybe we can say the highly available services. So it's being used for that microservices, building a scalable concurrent microservice for distributed systems, right? So there are multiple type of system which being used. Go for that. And mainly the networking automations are also written Go for many purposes like proxies, servers, and load balancers. If we have Noman Bajo on call, he can share insights on it. And also we have a system utilities developed, or we can say the written in Python, sorry, Go, which is used for creating efficient system utilities for monitoring, logging, and performance. Yes. Let's see the use cases for Bash. So yeah, Bash is used for system administration tasks like automating backups, updates within the system, or we can say the log managements. And also it is being used for deployment scripts to write deployment script for software installations. Like one use case I have used multiple times, like we install multiple software during our creation of instances, so we use bash scripts to add their description the startup. And then we have file operations, like we have to delete or maybe give permissions to system generated files, or we can say the we have to delete files like that are being created from backups. So we use bash scripts for that purpose as well. So yes, which is suitable for automation. As we based on our discussion, can anyone tell me which is suitable for automation?
I guess for automation and our day-to-day tasks, Python would be much helpful.
Yes. Anyone else wants to contribute?
Well, I've personally used PowerShell and Bash for automation. It allows you to have a very fluid accessibility to the code, to the data, and I personally would feel more comfortable working with PowerShell and Bash.
All right, all right. Yes, true, guys, Basit and Abdullah. It totally depends on the nature of task. So we cannot say the particular language is suitable for particular task, but it all depends on the task nature and the needs we have for particular task. Yes, Abdullah Manzu, do you have any?
Yeah, I'll just give you some insights that Docker and Kubernetes are also written in Golang because they perform a lot of network related tasks and stuff. And whereas Python, if you need bootstrapping, for example, you can use the Ansible for that. And and the third one, for example, Go. Go is usually main used when you have like configurations and you have NoSQL databases and you want to migrate some services and stuff. You can also do automation in that. And that's the type of use cases that are used to form. For example, there's complex mapping of structs of NoSQL databases into Go. You can easily do that over a function and easily write in Go, whereas it would be difficult to do that in Python and Bash. Yeah, and Bash is like uh, really heart of the automation, because in the end, if you need a small stub or you need a connection or you don't have an SDK, then you can simply write a small script for that and save your day. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for sharing such detailed response, Abdullah. Yes, absolutely. What you said is totally correct. Yes, Go is mainly used for Docker and Kubernetes skills, and also the networking things as well. And yes, for small tasks, we can say the immediate automations, we use Bash scripts, and that is the case. So yes, I have written down some things regarding Python. So Python is suitable when we need quick development and easy of use priorities. Like we need a simple and readable code, so we use Python for that purpose. And then if we need any third-party library integration, so Python is suitable for that purpose. And Go is suitable when performance or efficiency and skills are critical. As I mentioned, Go supports concurrency at a very high level. So yep, if we have any task that required concurrency in it, then the Go will be the better option as compared to Python, because Python supports the concurrency, but not at that scale at the Go is supports. So yep, mainly, and it is for large scale and distribution applications. And as I mentioned earlier as well, it's for microservices purpose as well. The last one, Bash is suitable for system level automations, and when working directly with command line, we need some installation of softwares, the taking backups within the instances. We can say the importing the logs. Such type of tasks can be done in the Bash. Uh, I guess that's all for these languages. So yep, if anyone have any concern or question or suggestion, yes, you all are welcome.
Thank you. It was a wonderful presentation and really insightful as well.
Thank you, Nabila. Ji Shiraz.
So can we run Bash script on Windows as well, if there is no WSL support in our laptops or something like that?
Yes, we can use, but for that we have to install. Like I have worked with Putty. Putty is a software which allow us to run the.
I can answer that.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Abdullah.
Yeah, so since the Go code already compiles all the code and libraries inside itself, and you can also generate a bytecode script. That bytecode string means zeros and ones. So you simply have to install the Go runtime library inside your Windows, and then you can simply use that bytecode compiled file and do the needful. For example, if you have written a script, whatever, same, you can give it parameters and stuff like this, but you have to compile it.
I talked about Bash. So for Bash, I have to use Go compiler. I didn't get that.
You can also run Bash on Windows. Sorry, I thought
Okay.
that I was. Yeah, you can also run Bash on Windows. There's a feature in Windows which you can enable Bash for PowerShell inside the system features, and then you can simply using the command prompt, you would be able to access the Bash features, but that would be limited.
Yes, exactly. If you
Yes.
want the complete feature, then we have a Putty. I guess it's yes, it's Putty that allow us to run Linux-based commands on Windows as well.
Okay. So PuTTY is kind of a terminal.
No, it's we can say the software which
Okay.
allow us to run the Linux based. Yes.
Shiraz, you can also use git bash if you want. It provides the bash-based CLI on Windows.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just remember the exact name. It was Windows Subsystem for Linux. In
WS.
Windows features.
Yes. But my question was, if I do not have a support of WSL, then how can I run it? And I think so Sarvan has answered that question. I can use PuTTY, and Hassan Tariq also talked about the other git bash. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiraz. Anyone have any question? और I guess सबको समझ आ गया. That's great, guys. Thank you for your time. I guess if anyone don't have any question or suggestion, we can wrap up this session.
Thank you, Sarwan, for sharing these insights and wonderful session.
Thank you, guys. And please do let me know who have started the recording.
Sarwan, I have started.
All right. Please share the recording with me. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.